Hey, baseball fans, it's Jason. I hope you're doing well. So let's talk about the five most beloved teams in baseball. Teams that are just underdogs, people love to root for, people or teams that have been successful for a long period of time that people just love more than the other teams. Okay, I want to go for my five most loved teams. I've got them on my list here. Okay, in my book, my trusty book, and I want to know what you think. Okay, number five, the Minnesota Twins. They were great when with Kirby Puckett when they won a couple of titles. I think it was in the late '80s or early '90s. They were a hell of a team. With Puckett and Jack Morris and Ken Herbeck and a bunch of these other folks. They were a heck of a team to watch, and I feel like they're that kind of Midwest blue collar team that wasn't good for a while, and then they're back now, incrementally getting better and better and better, and they're kind of on the cusp of being a real contender. They made the playoffs the last couple of years, but it's that low key team that just grinds, and does well, and it's one of those teams that people love to root for. So they're my number five. My number four, the Oakland Athletics from the Moneyball days. It's a team that to me does a lot with a little. They kind of remind me of the Tampa Bay Rays. So they both of them are kind of tied, I should say, tied for fourth because they're a team that does a lot with a little. And they've been underdogs for quite some time. They weren't good, but now they're good again. And Oakland A's, being from the Bash Brother era with McGuire and Canseco and Dave Henderson and Carney Lansford and Dave Stewart, Bob Welch, like they had a squad and they won a couple World Series. And then they were kind of not very good for quite a long time, and now they've kind of resurrected themselves. And again, with limited resources, unfortunately, they aren't able to keep a lot of their top players, but they develop continually, and they extract value from their trades, and they kind of keep reinventing the wheel with themselves. But they're another team, that's just kind of under the radar, really good every year. And it's a team that people really like to root for. So they're my number four. My number three, the San Francisco Giants. Another team, that was really good. And it's interesting. When Barry Bonds and Jeff Kent were there, they were good. Made a World Series, got beat by the Angels, but they were kind of hard to love because of those two guys. I think ever since they left, with the Madison Bumgarner days and Pablo Sandoval and these guys, they won 3 World Series in the span of 5 years. They were a team, even back in the day, Vida Blue and some of these other folks, and Willie McCovey and some of these other players, not Vida Blue, even back in the day, and then they kind of had that gap where it was hard to like them, and now they're one of these beloved teams again. They're kind of in a rebuild. They lost Madison Bumgarner, but like that span, that decade, they were amazing. And even I'm a Yankee fan. I found myself rooting for the Giants on a regular basis. So they're my number 3. And they're kind of in a rebuild right now, but I have a feeling they're going to be kind of doing things to get better as well. And it's just a team that you kind of keep an eye out for and you like to root for. Number 2, one of my other blue-collar teams that won the World Series in 2015 after a long hiatus of not winning, won the Kansas City Royals. I enjoyed them back in the George Brett and Brett Saberhagen days. Then they kind of stunk for a while, but they had Bo Jackson, and then you have a couple of these other guys. And they were just fun to watch, and again, a Midwest blue-collar team to me, and I was really happy to see them win the World Series in 2015 against the Mets. And even though they lost a couple of players like Eric Hosmer and a couple of these other guys, they're still up there. Mike Sweeney is another guy. They're a team that's, they're kind of in a rebuild mode again right now. They weren't very good the last 2 years, but they still have a couple of their old gamers, and I think they put pieces, they bring in guys here and there, they hustle, and they kind of, they're able to do a lot with a little, kind of like the A's and the Rays. They developed that championship team is mostly their farm developed team, and so it's nice to see. And they do everything low key, and I enjoy them. I like their stadium. Kauffman Stadium's a beautiful stadium. Their fans are really nice, and it's just a team that's fun rooting for. And that's my number 2. Number 1, I think they have the most National League, most World Series titles of any team in the National League. The St. Louis Cardinals, another Midwest team. They were great without in Albert Pujols days. They were great, out of Wainwright and these other guys, Jason Mott, their closer, another team another team that's just fun to root for. And this is one of the of this list, probably the most successful team. And Willie Mays, that was the guy I was thinking of in the Giants. But anyway, back to the Cardinals, a team that's been successful, and who hasn't kind of developed that reputation like some other teams as buying championships. They do a good job at developing players, even though the bigger budget teams develop their players as well. But these guys, everything from Matt Holliday to Pujols to Wainwright and some of these other guys, they've been really successful and a very well-respected franchise, run well, great fan base in a great city. And to me, they're the number one most loved team in baseball. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're a baseball fan, please hit that subscribe button. Even if you don't plan on watching all my videos, I want to continue growing this channel, and I want to make it into one of the best channels. Again, this is for baseball. This is from a baseball fan for the baseball fan, period. Not a pundit on TV. It's just I'm just somebody who's been a lifelong baseball fan, and I follow all the teams. I'm a diehard Yankee fan, as you can see the name of my channel. But that said, I'm not unrealistically biased to the Yankees, and you'll see that on my other videos as well. I think it's important to give credit where it's due, and that's why I'm doing this video. My next video you're not going to want to miss, because I'm going to go over the top 5 most hated teams in baseball, and there's going to be a lot of the usual suspects on there. Okay, so again, if you like this, if you enjoyed this, please click that thumbs up, and please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. Be safe, everybody, and I will talk to you all next time.